26th June 2023, Morning Murli, Om Shanti, BapDada, Madhuban. Sweet children, you have taken God's lap in order to become deities from human beings. It is His Srimad that makes you into deities from human beings. Question: what is the meaning of when you die, the world is dead for you? Answer: when your children come to the Father and die a living death, the whole world is finished for you. Other human beings take birth in the same world in which they die, but you will not take birth in this old world. You will take a new birth in the new world. Your children receive the kingdom of heaven. Song: to live in your lane and die in your lane. Om Shanti. This song applies to the present time, and it is later sung on the path of devotion. At this time, when you come to the Father and die a living death, the whole world is definitely finished for you. On a non-jnani path of ignorance, when people die, they take rebirth in the same world. The world exists forever. People take birth in the same world in which they die. When you children belong to the Father, this whole world is finished for you. There is a saying, when you die, the world is dead to you. But the world is not destroyed. It is in this world that you have to take birth again. Since you have now died a living death, you die, and this world also finishes. When you die, the world will also finish. You understand that you will go into the new world again. Only you Brahmins understand this. Because of being God's children, you receive your birthright of the golden age. Hell is destroyed, and you receive the sovereignty of heaven. There is no effort to make for this. You simply have to remember the Father. When a person is about to die, he is told, chant Ram, Ram. Later, at the time of carrying the body to the cremation ground, they say the name of Ram is the truth. It is of God that they say that Ram's name is the truth. It means take the name of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, the one who is the truth. They call him Ram. They even chant the name Ram, Ram, while rotating the beads of a rosary. They chant Ram's name as though they are playing a harmonium. The Father explains to your children that you do not have to make any sound, but you simply have to keep remembrance of Him in your intellects. You understand that by your coming into God's lap and dying a living death, this world of sorrow ends for you. Baba, we will become the garland around your neck. The rosary of Rudra is remembered. You are sitting in the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra in order to become traded in the rosary of Rudra, as you did a cycle ago. There is no other satsang in which the belief that they are to be threaded in the garland around God, the Father's neck. You definitely receive your inheritance from the Father, who says, Father. The soul, the mind and intellect are in the soul. The intellect first understands and then speaks. First, the thought arises that we definitely belong to Baba and that we will remain Babas, and it is then expressed through the organs. When they speak of God, the Father asks them, do you have any knowledge of God? The Father, they would reply that God is omnipresent. Tell them, your soul says that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is your Father. Therefore, how can He be omnipresent? Has the Father entered the children? It is completely wrong to call the Father omnipresent. A worldly father has 5 or 7 children. Would they ask him, Father, are you omnipresent? This is something to be understood. You say the Supreme Father with your mouth. So how can he be omnipresent? How is it possible for the Father to be in me? The child would say, the Father has entered me. The child would not say, I am the Father. Your souls are his children, and yet you say that the Father is in you. How could the Father be in the child? You have to understand these things very clearly and explain them to others. The sacred fire of the knowledge of Rudra is famous. Rudra is incorporeal. Sri Krishna is corporeal. Ultimately, who can be called God? Human beings have forgotten everything. They say God the Father is omnipresent. He is also in me. The Father lives in his home. Where else would he live? The Father has now come into this unlimited home. He is present here. He says, I have entered this one. Ask whatever you want. Previously, there was a custom of invoking departed spirits. A departed spirit is a soul. The departed spirit, which is that soul, is fed. They would say, today it is a special offering to the soul of our grandfather. Another day, they would say, it is an offering to the soul of so and so. Therefore, it is a soul that is invoked and fed. For instance, when someone loved his wife, her soul would be invoked. He would say, I promise to give her a diamond nose stud. Therefore, he would invite a Brahmin priest to invoke her in order for it to be put on her. It is that soul that is called. The body does not come. This custom only exists in Bharat. It is the same as when you go to the subtle region. When someone dies, you offer bhog for that soul. That soul goes to the subtle region. These aspects are completely new. Until these things are understood properly, doubts will arise. What are they doing? Just look at the customs and systems these Brahmins have. At this time, all human beings are Tamapradhan. Baba is the purifier. He can never become Tamapradhan. Human beings cannot be called the purifier. The purifier means the one who makes the whole world pure from impure. That can be none other than the one Father. The founders of religions come to establish their own religions. There is a genealogical tree of the Christian religion. Christ came first, and then expansion took place as others continued to come after him. He, means Christ, cannot purify impure ones. Their population comes number-wise. The purifier is needed now, because everyone is buried in the graveyard. There is only the one who purifies everyone. You understand that at this time the whole world has definitely reached its stage of total decay. The example of the banyan tree is given. It is a very big tree. Many groups of people go and sit beneath it. Its foundation has taken, but the branches are still there. This too is a tree. The foundation of the inverted tree of the deity religion is up above, and the roots have been completely cut off. All the rest are there. It's only when the seed is there that creation can take place again. The Father says, I come to carry out establishment once again, establishment through Brahma and destruction through Shankar. A kingdom was established for those who studied Raj Yoga. All the innumerable religions were then destroyed in the Mahabharata war. You understand that you will now go to the Baba and then come down into the new world. Then the tree will continue to grow. The deity religion that used to exist has now disappeared. Therefore, the Father says, I have come again to establish the original, eternal deity religion. Bharat, that used to be the highest on high, has been eclipsed. By sitting on the pyre of lust, the whole world has become ugly. You now sit on the pyre of knowledge and become beautiful again. You have become ugly. Only the one Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, makes you beautiful from ugly. You receive His Srimad. The soul of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is ever pure and beautiful. Alloy became mixed into souls means the example of gold. You understand that this old world is now going to be destroyed. Everyone is going to die, and there will be no one left to tell you to say Ram, Ram. This death is such that everyone will die. Now, how many will die? How much fertilizer will the earth receive? So why should the earth not give first-class grain? In the golden age, all the vegetation will be fresh and green. Things that grow rotten are called fertilizer. When rubbish is burned, it becomes fertilizer. It takes time to make fertilizer. It also takes time for this world to become new. When you go to the subtle region, you are shown many varieties of large fruit there. You are also given shivbaba, means of mango juice to drink. You can imagine just how much fertilizer the earth and especially Bharat will receive. Very good things will emerge there. In the subtle region, you are given the nectar of golden age to drink and are also given visions of gardens, etc. There we will have a garden. Children came back after having had visions of how they drank the sweet nectar there. A prince would bring fruit from the garden. Now there can be no garden in the subtle region. They most surely have gone to paradise. Not everyone can be granted a vision. Only those who become instruments are granted visions. It is possible that if you stay in remembrance and remain Baba's children and are completely surrendered, you may receive many visions later on. This bhatti first had to be created. Many came into this bhatti to become strong. It has been explained to you children that no one will understand anything simply by being given literature. A teacher is definitely needed to explain. A teacher can explain within a second that one is your father and that this one is Dada. That unlimited father is the creator of heaven. If you simply give people literature, they will glance at it and then throw it away. They will not understand anything. You must definitely explain enough to show that the Father has come. It is your duty to beat the drums. There are the Yadavas, the Kauravas, and the Pandavas. The great Mahabharata war is standing ahead. There must have also been someone who taught Raj Yoga, because the establishment of heaven must definitely have taken place. There will be the establishment of one religion and destruction of all other religions. You know that you are the ones who became Lakshmi from an ordinary woman and Narayan from an ordinary man. This is our aim and objective. It has been said that it didn't take God long to change humans into deities. Only those who enter the Sun dynasty are called deities. Those who go into the Moon dynasty are called warriors. You first have to become a deity. You become a warrior if you fail. Therefore, the Father says, O sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children. There are so many long lost and now found children. When someone's child is found after having been lost for 6 or 8 months, they meet one another with so much love. That father would have so much happiness. This father also says, beloved children, long lost, and now found children, you have made me again after 5,000 years. Beloved children, you became separated, and you have now come again to meet me in order to claim your unlimited inheritance. The deity world sovereignty is your godfatherly birthright. Baba has come to give you an unlimited kingdom. This is Heavenly God, the Father. He says, I have brought a very big gift for you children. However, you have to become worthy enough for that by following Srimad. If you say Mama and Baba and then forget or divorce me, you cannot become a garland around my neck. Children are given so much love. A father places his children on his head. The unlimited Father has many children. Baba enables you to climb very high. Baba enables those who have fallen to the ground to climb up again. Therefore, you should experience much happiness. You should follow Srimad, follow the directions of one. If you follow your own directions, you die. You will become an elevated human being, that is, a deity. If you follow Srimad, the warriors are 2 degrees less. Here you have to become deities, not warriors. From human beings, the Father asks, how many marks will you pass with? Maintain the Father's honor. The unlimited Father says, become those of the Sun dynasty. You know that 108 passed for the rosary of victory. You have to follow Mama and Baba. You make others into spinners of the discus of self-realization, similar to yourselves, and bring them as gifts in front of shivbaba. Baba asks, how many have you made similar to yourselves? This is an aspect of great pleasure. Only you understand these things. Someone new would definitely not understand. This is the college for becoming deities from human beings. Some become colored very well in the 7 days course, whereas others don't become colored at all. It is very difficult for dirty clothes to be colored. You have to make a great deal of effort. The first thing that is explained to your children is that you should first ask everyone, do you know the unlimited Father? They say, yes, He is in me. He is omnipresent. Oh, if He is in you, then there is no question of asking. You call Him Father. So how can the Father be in you and me? If He is the Father, you would surely receive an inheritance from Him. Firstly, explain about Alpha. The Father says, my long lost and now found children, sannyasis and gurus cannot say this. You understand that you are definitely Shivbaba's long lost and now found children. You have come again after 5,000 years to meet Him in order to claim your inheritance of heaven. Do you know that you are the masters of heaven and that you will become those masters again? You definitely have to go to heaven. Then you will claim a high status according to your efforts. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says, Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, follow Mama and Baba and go into the Sun dynasty. Do not follow your own directions. Claim a high deity status by following Srimad. Second point, maintain the faith that you will always remain Babas. Have no doubt about anything. Blessing, may you follow the highest code of conduct and take benefit from every direction and love the Father. Explanation, it is said to the extent that there are laws, so there is that much benefit. Therefore, do not step away from the laws that have been created from Amrit Vela onwards. Amrit Vela, the study service, and the timetable have been created for each day. Even if you are not able to settle your mind on it, do not miss anything from your timetable. Devotees definitely follow their disciplines, even if in their minds they don't want to go to their temple. They would definitely go. You yourselves are lawmakers, so experience this and continue to follow every discipline, and you will become the highest beings who follow the highest code of conduct. Slogan: those who have the special virtue of contentment draw all the virtues to themselves automatically. Om Shanti.